Jason Derulo's doing something very interesting right now that I've never seen. It's always social media influencer turned pop star. It's never pop star turned social media influencer. But he appears to be one of the very few big names diving fully into social media entertainment. Most of you know who Jason Derulo is. He's been making hits for over a decade now, but he's still one of the more passable pop stars. He plays into the realm of Flo Rida and Pitbull. Although he's not a rapper and far more likable than both of them, I would say they have a similar career trajectory and basis, simply coasting off of generic hits their entire career. No show-stopping body of work, nothing that makes people necessarily want to pay attention to them, nothing that really solidifies them a place within pop culture. Like if Flo Rida, Pitbull, and Jason Derulo completely vanished, I'm sure the outcry wouldn't be as loud as, for instance, Rihanna's disappearance from music. There may not be an outcry at all. And that's also not to say I don't like some of those generic hits, because a lot of them are nostalgic for me. And I do think most of them are decent or good songs, and they're always great radio-friendly songs, because I think that's mostly what they're engineered to be. However, if they simply stopped making music, I just wouldn't care. I've never listened to a Jason Derulo album, and quite frankly, I don't care to. But with the things he's doing now on social media, maybe it'll push me or just a general audience to take interest in what he's doing musically, but I'll return to that later. Upon further research, Jason Derulo has 4 albums, and I couldn't name any of them, but I can name most of his singles from those albums. His first album, the 2 major hits were What You Say, with the Emojin Heap sample, and Ridin' Solo. His second album, I honestly have no idea what the songs on this album are, not even the singles, but I'll put the track list on the screen so you guys can see if there's any recognizable songs. His third album is essentially where all the good stuff is, and what I mean by that is, if anyone wanted to get a general scope of who Jason Derulo is as an artist, this would be the album I recommended them to. It also appears to have some of his biggest hits and his most career-defining songs: The Other Side, Wiggle, Talk Dirty, and Trumpets. This is the era where I feel he started adding a bit more personality into his music, and we got a sense of who he is. He's corny, but in an endearing way. Like, you can't hate him, he's not problematic in the slightest sense. His 4th album and most recent album thus far has Want to Want Me, which was another big hit for him. Since then, he's been a little bit quieter in music than he normally is. He's released some big songs like Swalla over the past few years, but he's not as oversaturated as he usually is, at least at this point in time. But he appears to be using his newfound meme popularity to his advantage. If you don't know, his signature trademark where he sings his name at the beginning of every song became a meme, and it grew and grew, and Jason eventually started making TikToks. TikTok is a very popular app and is responsible for the rise of many songs on the charts and in sales due to dance challenges and more. Now, I'm not sure if this was a label push for him to get on the platform, but his TikToks are quite entertaining. He became more than an artist simply trying to relate to the new trend that is TikTok, and completely submerged himself in TikTok culture, to the point that he's become a TikTok star himself, amassing over 25 million followers on the platform. I did see him catching a little bit of flack for being quote corny, but honestly I don't see the problem with what he's doing. He's enjoying himself, creating and connecting with an entirely new audience, and he remains unproblematic. For an artist like Jason who doesn't always let us know who he is in his music, it helps show more personality as well. And he's a completely likable person. He's currently using his TikTok fame to push his new music. His new song Savage Love is surging on TikTok, with countless dance challenges being made to it, and is pacing to be a big hit specifically in the UK. It's Derulo's most popular track right now with a combined total of over 21 million streams on Spotify. And all in all, I just think this is a really smart move on Jason's part or his label's part. It's a bit progressive, and I can only wonder if this will become the norm. Will we see more artists diving fully into influencer mode to market their new music? Especially since apps like TikTok have grown to hold an increasingly large amount of influence of what we see on the top of the charts today. Specifically regarding Jason, I think it's a perfect move for him and great way to have a resurgence with his music. And that about concludes my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think about Jason Derulo and his newfound TikTok fame. Will this be the future of the charts, or will it be a fad that will die out? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.